Simon, you set a goal of being break-even this year. Are we on track?
We are. We will be very close to it, I would hope. Obviously, our attendances have been slightly down so far to date, but I think we hopefully will get there. But if not, it will be a modest loss.
With hindsight, what was last year's budget deficit in trying to gain promotion the right idea?
Well, I think I've said this various times, but we couldn't change it last year. The players we had were signed on 2-year contracts 2 seasons ago, and we had to live with that last season. It was quite painful, but we got through it and we addressed it when we could.
There have been some comments on the forum regarding your personal situation. How does that affect the club?
Well, I'm learning all the time with my own circumstances. I've been very transparent about what's going on, so it's fairly common knowledge. I've been speaking with FAST, the Supporters Trust, and keeping them updated every eventuality. The shares in the club are currently up for sale, and they may or may not be sold. The main thing in all of this is the stability and the impact on the club, and I just want to make sure that the club obviously doesn't get prejudiced by what's happening to me at the moment, and I'll do my utmost to do that.
Is the club looking to bring in any new directors or chairman, given your decision to come off the board?
At the moment, with the club's ownership slightly in debate, it obviously wouldn't be a correct time to sort of consider that. But obviously, if new owners do come on board, then they'll be at liberty to do whatever they decide to do.
Are you still actively involved in the day-to-day running of the club?
Yeah, I mean, as I've just mentioned, my sole aim in all of this is to make sure the club, has stability, and I'm doing all I can to assist the club in that. I'm not a director of the club anymore, so obviously I'm, not making the sort of final decisions on financial considerations, etc. But I am still there on a day-to-day basis to give the club every support that I can.
The website is obviously in its infancy. When can the fans look forward to all sections being up and running, and is there anything else to come?
Well, the website, when we started designing it, obviously Mo Shear was with us. Unfortunately, Mo is no longer with us. Mo originally joined the club with the view to helping us on a voluntary basis, and was offered a paid employed position, and unfortunately had to take that. So it has been slower than expected, but we are working on it. We have a couple of volunteers who have volunteered their help, and it will take a long time to be totally complete. But I think over the course of the next few weeks, you will see section by section being completed.
Are there expectations for the club for this season and the next few years?
Well, I think. It's difficult for me to say because obviously with the uncertainty of what's happening with the club, but my aim for the club this year was really to look at where we've come in the last 4 years, look at how we can now consolidate and strengthen and be ready to take another promotion. And last year, we weren't. I mean, if we had gone up, we would have obviously taken it gladly, but in reality, as a club, we need to build our revenue streams, we need to build our infrastructure if we want to be a sustainable club at the next level up. I mean, we are, in my opinion, we are sustainable at the current level, but we've got a bit of work to do, and what the procedures that we implemented this year were always going to be, a 2 or 3 year plan to ensure that we could hopefully gain promotion to the next level, but more importantly, be able to stay as a club at that level.
How important is it for the fans to support the club both through the turnstiles and through FAST?
It's massively important. I mean, clearly we have had 4 years where we've had great success, winning 2 titles, and narrowly missing out in the other 2 years and getting into playoff finals and losing in those. To do that in 4 years, we've come a long, long way, and it's very easy to forget where we've come from in such a short space of time. It's a big transitional period for us this year. It has been slightly frustrating, because I think at the start of the season, we were playing very good football. and even when we were losing games, there were still a lot of positives. I think in the last few weeks, we've stopped perhaps doing the right things and playing football. But Gary's working exceptionally hard. We've got a great bunch of young players here who are confidence players. We'd like to bring in a few experienced players, and we're working on that as well to assist them. But I've no doubt that the management, I'm 100% confident that they'll get it right. And I think it's hugely important that the fans respect what we're trying to do. It is very difficult. We all want to win football matches. We all go home at the end of a game on Saturday, and if we haven't won, it's frustrating. But bear with us, and I'm absolutely adamant we'll get it right.
You mentioned a loss of form recently. How disappointing was the FA Cup loss to you?
I don't necessarily think it's perhaps a loss of form. It's a loss of confidence. You don't become a bad player overnight. The FA Cup loss, I think, when we first 25 minutes against Maidenhead at home, I thought we were, going to go on and win the game quite comfortably. Obviously, the sending off made a big difference, and when we went to their place, they finished everything that went in front of them, and as they did against Woking. Maidenhead are capable of that. It's frustrating. We didn't factor in an FA Cup run course. We'd love an FA Cup run. It makes a huge difference to the club and any other club at our level, but it didn't happen. And that's it. Concentrate on the league, I suppose, is the old adage.
It was we saw that manager's forward in July, and that there will be another forum with the chairman. Is this still the case, or is that now going to have to wait till potential new manager comes in?
Yeah, potential new chairman. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Brian Berger's very kindly stepped in as interim chairman and doing a great job holding the fort. It would be ill-conceived to have a chairman's fans forum with the chairman answering questions at the moment when there may well be a change in the not too distant future.
Any final messages for the fans?
Well, just please bear with us on the playing side. We have changed tactics and our approach hugely, but I'm adamant and convinced that it's the way forward for a stable future for Farnborough. In terms of the uncertainty of what's going on with me, unfortunately we are in a volatile economic climate. I couldn't have predicted the position that I'm currently in, but rest assured I'm doing everything I can, and I will not leave the club in the lurch. I will aid and assist the club getting through this period, and I'm pretty sure that there's nothing to worry about for the supporters. The club will come through this stronger.
Thank you very much.
Quite all right, thank you.